guys, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel. So this is way future me. I'm editing this video and I never did an intro, so hi, hello. For this video I read The Initial Insult by Mindy McGinnis, and I'm just doing a reading vlog and book review on this. I did film this quite a while ago and I just haven't had the chance to upload it, so I'm finally uploading it. But I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up, because both of those would mean the world to me. And let's just get right into this video. Okay, let's get started on The Initial Insult. Okay, let's see what happens. Watching old reading sprint stream so I can focus on reading. This one I didn't get to watch, so. Alright, so let me just say, I've only read 23 pages. I'm on chapter 5 and I don't really like it so far. It's very early in the book to say so, but it's weird. I don't like first chapter, I guess, with Tress. The way her parts are written, I don't really understand. Like, they're kind of weird. I don't know if it's just because I'm not like super into it yet that I'm just like, what? Or if the writing is just is weird. And then also they have chapters and it says cat, and I don't know what that means. It's the it's like literally one of the cats at the white trash zoo, they call it, or whatever, and it's like poems. There's 369 pages. I was hoping maybe I could get this book done tomorrow, or which is Tuesday, or by end of Thursday of today and tomorrow off work. So I would like to be done by Thursday night, because then I work the rest of the weekend. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, but I'm not really in a hurry to read it because I don't really like it so far. I guess the spoilers start now, and it sounds like Tress is a weed dealer. Like, they grow weed on their farm, or not on their farm, but like behind the zoo. And she deals weed. That's what it sounds like. Her cousin told her to come to this party so she can sell weed. But I think this is the party in the synopsis where they say she's gonna get the truth out from Felicity. So yeah, I don't know. So far, not so good. But that's okay. Well, hopefully it'll get better. I took a little break after I read those first 23 pages. I went and ran some errands, but I'm just gonna go back on YouTube and watch some more of the sprints that I was watching and do some more reading. It'd be cool to get like at least 100 pages done today. Hello, sorry I sound and look like this currently, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. So I thought I'd update the vlog that is not going so hot. It is currently May 27th. And I'm on page 55 of The Initial Insult. So one thing I will say is I have been busy, for one. But for two, when I'm not busy, there's not one single piece of DNA, any single molecule, any whatever we're made up of, not one single one of those is asking me or making me want to read this book. I am just straight up not having that good of a time reading this book. But today I have the work day off. I should be editing and uploading videos for both my channels, but I'm gonna try and read. I want to get this book done before June starts. Maybe about like 4 days, and I work 3 of them. So, but I would like to, because I want to put it in my wrap up for May, and I don't need another book in my June TBR, because I will not finish this book if I don't finish it by June 1st. Hopefully this vlog is half decent, but I don't even like the book yet. Right now where I'm at, they're having the party. Okay, in the synopsis, they talk about a party, and the party's already happening on page 55. Or it started like a couple pages ago. So I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the book, because that's pretty early for the main plot line, or what they're explaining as the main plot line, to show up. So I'm kind of confused about that. That's where I'm at. But I'm going to try and read more today and tell you more of my thoughts. So wish me luck. So I'm just watching some sprints to get some reading done. But I am on page 98 now. And it's like getting a little bit better because they're doing some flashbacks. Those are a little bit more interesting because we literally barely know a thing about either of these main characters, and we're just supposed to like care about them. So now that they're doing a little bit of flashbacks, I don't know why it looks like I have like black underneath my eyes. Anyways, now that we're getting some flashbacks of them, it's a little bit more interesting because I get to know why there's so much like hate between them and weirdness between them. So yeah, the flashbacks are making it a little bit better. It's still not like the greatest book, but I like the flashback chapters better than I like the current time chapters. I'm hoping I'm gonna try at least to get to 150 pages today, which isn't that much more. It's only 11:48 right now, so we can at least do that. Also, I still freaking hate that there's like poems from the panther or whatever. That's weird. I hate that. So I took a break and ate food and just hung out for a second. But now I'm on page 144, or I'm on page 145, which is chapter 27. Pros of this book so far, I like that it's switching in between the two girls' perspectives. Is that my only pro? And I like the different time jumps. But it's also very weird to see this go on with 6th graders. Like, I don't know. It just seems like this stuff, I don't think, happens when you're in 6th grade. Like, the way that they're acting. I don't know. Maybe it does, but not the kind of stuff that I remember from 6th grade. But yeah, I don't hate it right now. It's just, like, fine. But it's nothing special at this point. Earlier I said I wanted to get page 150, but I'm going to try to actually get to like 180-ish because that's like the halfway point. So I'm actually going to try and get to there just so I'm halfway, and then I feel a little bit better about it. I swear I've moved today. I just keep coming here to read. It is just about 3 o'clock now. I just got to page 184. I'm gonna stop for now, but I might read more later, but this is where I want to get to today, so I'm proud of myself for actually doing that. I honestly don't really have any ideas of what happened to her parents or whatever. Maybe it's like the Vampire Maybe it's like the Vampire Diaries. If you know what happens to Elena. Maybe like something like that. That's my only guess, is it's the Vampire Diaries. If you know, you know. I have literally no theories, except I did see a possible spoiler on Goodreads when I was looking this book up to see the ratings or something. I can't remember what I was looking up. And yeah, so if it's about what it's that review said it's about, this book is going in the trash, and it kind of seems like it's going in that direction. I don't know if I should say it. We're just gonna say it. On this review, it said something about how this book is about some deadly sickness, and it was written during COVID, so they're like, the person's like, of course, they wrote it in COVID about some deadly sickness, and they keep talking about some flu in this book. So if that's literally the whole plot, I'm gonna cry. Probably not cry, but I'm gonna be very sad, throw this book in the trash, and definitely not read the second one. It kind of looks like it could be, and maybe her parents were like the first people with the sickness. Who knows, but that's where I'm at for today. I don't know why I look like this, but whatever. It's Saturday, just about like 6 o'clock. I've read like a tiny bit more since we last spoke, but I'm currently on page 222 on chapter 38. It's better than it was before. Still not like this amazing book, but it's currently better. I found out that there is an audiobook for it and it's on Scribd, so I think for the rest of the book I'm probably gonna listen to it just so it goes a little bit faster. I'll listen to it a bit and see if I like the voices or whatever. We've only got like 140 pages left, so that's pretty decent. Today is Monday. We've got to get this book done, which I think we will be able to. I have been reading a little bit. It is 3:19 right now. I've been reading for probably over half an hour, 279. So I have less than 100 pages left. I'm just watching some sprints right now. Sprints just help me be more productive with reading, so that's what I'm doing. But I just wanted to say a couple things about this book. Or actually, one, I don't like the audiobook. This book's really weird. There's for some reason like a panther or one of the, I can't remember what kind of cat it is, that they have at their zoo thingy. But for some reason it got out and it came to this house party and no one noticed. It knew to walk in the back staircase and then it hid in a bedroom and then Tress found it. Like, this cat is a genius. It hasn't ate anyone or killed anyone except for the one girl's dog, which, what is with all these YA books and they kill off a dog? No, not okay with me. Not okay with me. So, right now, Felicity is, like, kind of remembering what happened that night. Like, she's going through what was the lead up to the big mystery. If they don't find out in this book, I probably won't read the next book. It's not a terrible book, but it's just kind of weird. The flu keeps getting brought up. We don't like that. So I just finished this book and all I have to say is, what the heck just happened? I thought this book was gonna be good. Why does it look like I'm gonna cry? This book doesn't make me want to cry, except for maybe that I wasted time reading it, but okay, everyone, my full out review on this book. Why? Yeah, what is this book? Okay, let's just get into the spoiler review. So we start off reading this and we know that Tress, her parents, disappeared. But no one really knows the real story, except for her old friend, Felicity. So Tress decides very early on in the book that at this big party before this building gets knocked down, or this house gets knocked down, she's going to basically torture the truth out of Felicity. When I tell you that that starts happening very early on, I am not lying. It's in the first 70 pages that Tress shackles Felicity up to this wall and is gonna build a brick wall in front of her so she can't get out. And then she'll die, and then they'll knock down this house and no one will ever find her or something, if she doesn't tell Tress the truth. I was very confused how the rest of the story was going to be filled, because that's like 300 pages for them to figure out the truth. We still don't know what happens by the end of the book. We don't know the truth. This is supposed to be a duology, so I know she's probably just trying to get people to read the next book. I don't know if it's just like not my type of book, but it should be. This should be my type of book. These are the types of books that I love to read, mystery, thriller, anything like that. But this was just like weird. First of all, the weirdest thing of all is we have these chapters where they're from the cat's perspective. It's like a panther or something. I can't really remember. And it's like a poem. So when I read this, I imagine, like, you know, on TV when like people take, and like movies, when people take like drugs and then they see animals talking, like that's what this is to me. Like that part of the book is to me, because what? That's so weird. There is some redeeming qualities about this book. It has lots of flashbacks from different years, show how Felicity was a bad friend to Tress. And I do really like the flashbacks. It gives a lot more context to the book, and you see them from each of their perspectives, current and in the past. So I do really like that. That's like really, I love books that you see multiple perspectives. So That's great. Felicity won't even say anything that's like bad or anything. She'll just be like, I don't know, and then Tress will lay a layer of bricks. Felicity's mom is terrible, not wanting to tell anyone to know that she has seizures, just for their reputation, just so someone would marry Felicity in the future. What? Like her dad said, she's only in the 6th grade, why are we worried about who's gonna marry her? Felicity could have could save her life in one sentence and just tell Tress, because 1, who's Tress gonna tell? 2, who's gonna believe Tress if she just told everyone? She'd be like, hey, I have seizures. I've had seizures forever, and I had one that night, and so I don't remember what happened. You could save yourself. You could save Tress. And then somehow the panther, or whatever it is, I can't remember what kind of cat it is, somehow it gets out of their zoo, or whatever they call it. And it comes straight to the house this party's happening at. And it somehow knows to go up the back stairs and hide in this bedroom. Not kill anyone, not attack anyone. All these drunk people, all these whatever people, they don't want them. But just don't attack them. Sits on this bed waiting for Tress to show up. What kind of cat is this? That's the smartest smartest panther or whatever that I've ever heard of. And then it does scratch Tress, and then she's like bleeding to death, and somehow duct tape keeps all her blood in, and then her hand isn't falling off even though she did it super tight and her hand's turning purple. And then the ending, I get it's supposed to be like a cliffhanger, but Tress is like, oh, Felicity is dead. Why do you not check for a pulse? You just see her laying on the floor and so you think she's dead? I don't know, just anywhere, just check for one before you put her behind this wall and build this wall so no one can find her. Also, your blood is everywhere in this house. Everyone's gonna know it's you. Everyone. So, kind of a stupid move to even do that. What she should have done is call someone to help her and show that she got attacked too, so then everyone thinks they both got attacked and it wasn't her, and that's why her blood's everywhere, but not because she hurt Felicity, but because her and Felicity both got attacked. There's some better way to figure that out than to just hide her behind this wall. And then she's not even dead. That's the whole point. Like, check the pulse. Felicity wakes up and she's behind this brick wall. Now you murdered her. You didn't before, and she probably wouldn't have told on you. Now you murdered her. Other than those 2 good qualities, overall this book was just not good. The reasons she hated Felicity, some of them were fair, but one of them was like, oh, some student council spot that I wanted. Like Felicity says, that's not really on her. I guess it's like everything piling up, but it just was kind of stupid. So much stuff in here was not tied up. Like, not even just like what's their fate and like what happened with her parents. There's some guy that they talk about Tress did something bad to, but you don't even know. I forget what his name is, sorry, but some guy that does drugs with Felicity. You don't even know what happens with him, so like, I don't know if that's supposed to be in the 2nd book, but like, that should have been wrapped up in this one. Overall, I gave this book 2 stars. I don't want to read the 2nd book, but there's just part of me that just has to. It's not out yet, so maybe I'll forget about it by then and I won't have to. But if I am gonna read it eventually, which I don't really want to, if I'm going to, it's gonna be on audiobook or just an ebook, because I'm not spending that much money on this book, on a 2nd book of this. Don't waste your time. That's my whole thing. Don't waste your time. The non-spoiler review, it's gonna be short, it's gonna be sweet, because most of the stuff I have to say about this book would be spoilers. I gave this book 2 stars. Very telling. I don't give books that low of a rating, like, ever. The only other one I did was We Were Liars, and I hated that book. This is the weirdest book, one of the weirdest books I've ever read in my life. You get poems from this cat's perspective. We get poems about what it sees. It shows up at this party and has human instincts that it needs to go up the back stairs so no one sees it. And it doesn't attack anyone. Nothing gets wrapped up, and like some of it, sure, whatever, cliffhanger for the next book. But some of it was just like unnecessary cliffhangers. I'm gonna try and avoid reading the second book, but there's part of me that just has to finish series because I have this issue. And so if I am gonna eventually read this, I might forget about it. But if I am gonna read this, I'm gonna have audiobook or ebook because I'm not wasting a bunch of money on. It's just like a book that does not need to be read. Like there's so many other good books. It just was not my type of book, and it felt like it should have been. Murder, mystery, any type of that, thriller, but it just did not hit the bar. Not good enough. There's way better YA mysteries. If you want to read a YA mystery, read any of Karen M. McManus's books. I really like hers. I would even suggest A Good Girl's Guide to Murder before I would suggest this. It also just felt like it was too long for what you learned in this book. I know this non-spoiler review is not very good, but just like skip it. That's all I have to tell you, just skip it. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up because both those would mean the world to me. I really appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to comment down below if you've ever read this book and what your thoughts on it were, or just anything else. Comment down below. Turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload from me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which will be on the screen and in the description box below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!